scholar. Our scholar in studio, Jackie, is here. And for all your production.
It's on.
Is it? Did I pay the bill? But it has to be on. The lights are on, right?
Yeah.
Give it up for my son Chad, who's ignoring me. What's the matter with you? He's trying to not say me. This poor kid had to be with me in a grammar school. Can you imagine that? Is it called grammar school out here? No. Okay. It's so crazy out here what you guys do. You go from like kindergarten to 4, and then you go to another school from 5 to 8. And then you get on drugs from 8 to 12. I understand. Just get on drugs from kindergarten to 8 and just then be in rehab the last 4, you're set. That's what I'm saying. Back to the LA School of Comedy. We have so many people that come here that are not just here for comedy. Maybe you're an author. Maybe you are a cantor. Maybe you are a rabbi, a reverend, a priest. Everybody likes an icebreaker, and this is a great place for icebreakers, as well as your podcasting. Never before has podcasting been this hot. And so many of you tell me, I just didn't know how to do a podcast, and I don't know how. We'll get you there. We'll take you from the page to the stage. If you love us, let us know at LASCHoolofComedy.com. That's right. How did I screw that up? I've done this so many times in the wrong clubs. You know how bad that is? It is horrendous. Take a beat. When you do this in a club, you take a beat and always thank the beat and just know where you are. You cannot be standing at the Laugh Factory thinking the Comedy Store. They're going to think I'm doing a Biden, you know what I'm saying? I can't make a political joke. That's not a joke, my God. Listen, if I was Jill, I'd stand his ass up too. I have to sleep with you and listen to your bones creak. Stand that bitch up so I get that free parking space. But I'm just wondering, can you imagine, like, okay, we're all comics here in this room in spirit and soul. And I don't know if any of you guys know what church giggles are, shul giggles, or funeral giggles, the worst. Have you ever been at a funeral, like, it's the worst, you can't do that here. Like, you know, if you look at this person, you're gonna lose it. Have you been in that situation? You can't look at that person. You know why I brought that up? You know why I brought it up? I'll tell you why I brought it up. Because that rabbi at that school that I hate accused my daughter basically of being a hooah. He said she tried to kiss a boy. And in all the years at Sinai Akiva Academy, we've never had a girl try to kiss a boy. And I said, but Rabbi, Monica Lewinsky graduated from here. Whoa. Whoa. A bow. If you're watching and you're from New York City, please make sure to check out Queen of Hearts at Theater XIV in Brooklyn. Yes, I was recognized of all places in the world, in Brooklyn, okay? This brother was like, you a comedy teacher. I was like, excuse me? And I was. All right, so we're going to start this show up, and we're going to start it up with a bang. I want everybody to have a great time tonight because there's always people watching you guys, and I want you to know that. When you say things like, well, for all the 2 people here, they have no idea there's 2 people, and you look crazy. So you have to remember that. Because if they like you, let them know. Please be very clear at the end not to mess up your name. You'll find me anywhere. Because then they're going to call me, and you're not going to get me. All right? Only Aaron gets me, because he gets up at 5 in the morning. When I call him from New York, he's up. I don't know why, but he's up, and I'm happy. I got somebody to talk to. My husband, I want to talk to him. I miss him. All right. In the middle of all this, we will talk about thumbs up. But definitely, I haven't seen this guy in so long, and I definitely have a shit up for him, but I want to see if we can go on with the comedy, the one and only Sean. Let's do this.
So how's my shirt look? I noticed the stains on the way out the door. I wanted to pretend I noticed them just now, but I'm like, that would be too much of a lie. I did notice them on the way out the door, And I like these Tide stain sticks. I think they're actually good. But the thing is, like, yeah, it's good. You want to like smell like vinegar the rest of the day and never be able to step out in public like this. It's like, yeah, the shirt was white, like, and it did turn red very briefly. But they're like, no, we can fix it. We can make that shit translucent. Well, why would I want that? I'd rather get it back to what it was. They're doing like a new thing for kitchens. If you cut up your cutting board pretty bad, it's not like a pen that fills it in. It's like a vat of acid. It'll melt your kitchen. But like, no more scratches. That's pretty good. You mentioned like a funeral earlier. Funny funerals. I've never been to like an unfunny funeral.
Exactly.
I've been to one funeral, and it was actually hilarious. Because I was like, oh, look, this guy doesn't want us to be sad, you know? And you know how they hire the guy and they give like the really touching speech and they read poems. But like the whole time I was just looking at him thinking like, there's no way he doesn't, like, he wouldn't rather do weddings. Like, you know? It's like almost the exact, like the speech is so similar. You'd think he's like, oh, I really want to break into weddings. I'm just gonna grind out the funeral circuit for a little bit longer. And then my mom went up and like talked for a few minutes. Like, my mom, not a great public speaker. But the thing is, like, people who are actually horrible public speakers think they're the best public speakers. And, you know, at a funeral, everyone's just talking about like how great this guy was, and she was like, you know, a lot of people at funerals, I don't know why I made her sound like Trump. I was like, you know, a lot of people at funerals, they like to talk about, this person was a saint, this person was amazing. And I was like, where are you going with this? He was like, you know, he was a person. And every person has flaws. Well, probably not bring it up today. I'm gonna wait a few more days. His dirt is over him. I'm also wearing a pimple patch today. I don't know if anyone noticed. The thing about pimple patches, they don't always actually cover the pimple or make it unnoticeable. But like, it serves as a really good, because people love to tell you when there's something on your face.
Oh, always.
This is like the perfect, like, bitch, I know. Like, what are you talking about? I knew you were going to point it out, so I just got out ahead of it. I'm like a smaller guy. Like, I'm 5'10", but I will never go to the gym. I feel like I already spent time developing a personality. There's no reason to go in there. But the power I feel when I step into an Uber that is 5.0 rated. Like, if you get into an Uber and it's like a 4.9, like, you're their bitch. But if they're a 5.0, dude, I could bring down your whole fucking empire. I will send you to the decimal realm with a 4. Like, it doesn't even need to be that bad. You're fucked, buddy. You don't have a charger? Get on your shit. Look out, 5 stars. Some people think Obama should be on the 20. Because I guess, was it Andrew Jackson? I guess he had slaves, or he knew people with slaves. Something of that nature. But like, you can't get a black president on the 20 if it's your only black president in your history. You know, it's like you have to wait for like one more, and then we be like, let's throw Obama on there now. Now it's a good time. It's like those private schools that have like one black kid.
Oh, God.
And they're in like every single photo. You probably know. Your kids were so in the yearbook. Like, there's no way they were on the basketball team and on the improv troupe, but they put them in like every single photo. Like, line them up.
Was that it?
We have a couple.
He doesn't know.
I'm kind of like the unsuccessful one in my family of doctors and lawyers. So like, they can't take any advice from me, even if it's like, you should go to the doctor for like something that they obviously should. Like, what do you know? You work at a restaurant. If I want a recipe, I'll hit you up. You know. But I remember very recently, I told my dad he should get a bar cart. Because I'm like, you're always having people over for poker, you gotta take out all the bottles. He's like, Shangis, a bar cart is for people who cannot afford to build a bar. Like you. And you know, the longer you have a bar cart, you know, you have this whole mentality, bar cart mentality. You want to be in a bar cart your whole life? Like, I think the bar cart's a metaphor. Dude, people say kids are better off if they're raised by a man and a woman. And I used to think that was bullshit. And then I went on a date recently with a girl who was raised by 2 dads, and this chick actually had 0 gaydar. Like, she just thinks that's what a man is. Like, that's the default setting, is like a little bit fruity. Like, our waiter was, I think, flirting with me. And she had like no idea. I'm like, are you gonna let him do this? They also gave me the most fake Italian waiter ever. It was like an Italian restaurant. Everyone else there spoke Italian perfectly. And then they're like, hello. I'll be taking care of you this evening. My name is Lorenzo. And I was like, why did you pause? I no longer think that is your name. I feel like the bar for being sexist, for not being sexist, let me change this. I feel like the bar for not being sexist is getting so low, whereas like you could pretty much, which is good in the way that like you don't want like everything to be a microaggression, right? But like now guys are like comfortable saying the most sexist stay in the kitchen type sentences and being like, well, like I'm not sexist, I bet Caitlin Clark over 13.5 points last night. Which, like, that doesn't make you not sexist. I mean, I will admit, if you bet the under, you would have been marginally more sexist than you already are for telling me this. But it's not a good enough cop-out. Thank you. Bumble. Do you guys know this app, Bumble? It's like a dating app where the girls message first. Or at least it used to be a dating app where the girls message first. They got rid of that feature, which was like their whole thing was like, we empower women, like women make the first move. They got rid of it, and they said like, yeah, our feedback was, it was kind of a burden, and they found it difficult. That's like the most sexist thing you could say. They're like, yeah, it was hard, so we had to take it away from them, put it back in the hands of the men. As like the 3 female CEOs mention it. It's like, it was never easy. Yeah, we hated it too. Like, this was the one place I got to see you guys struggle. Like, people are thinking like, hey with 2 Y's still means something. Guys, the bar is like, it's crazy now. I need like feet pics immediately to know that you're interested. And then like, maybe one with a ring on. And then that way I'm like, oh, they're versatile. They have different looks. I opened a new note. You guys ever see these videos on the show Cops where this guy's like very drunk and they're having him do the field sobriety test? What a load of horse shit is the fucking field sobriety test. I feel like no one passes the field sobriety test. I could take it right now and they'd be like, you're fucked up. I'd be like, that, it shouldn't detect weed, so there's something wrong. But they do this shit where it's like, look at my finger, follow my finger. Bro, I can't see my eyes right now. So like, for all I know, I'm actually killing this. I'm doing this perfectly, as good as possible. But like, yeah, very good that you pick someone, like you're the only one who can see it. Shit. What's the other thing? The other thing is they'll be like, can I search your car? And they'll be like, no, because you can say no. And then they're like, all right, well, we're going to bring a dog down. And then they bring a dog. Dog sniffs around, just like, takes a shit in front of your front tire for when you pull away. And they're like, that means ketamine. What? Well, yeah, that's actually the sign that the dog gives us for when you have ketamine. So you're going to jail now. It's good, though. When I was in court, I brought my dog as a witness. And she said I wasn't there the whole time, so it all worked out. Alright, thank you guys. My name is Sean. Find me on Instagram, mostly TikTok, at Sean Tactis, Thghtis.
And Sean spelled?
Sean is spelled S-E-A-N, the Irish way, despite my fully Middle Eastern, Italian, Greek-looking thing I have going on. Thank you.
Wow, I would have had it wrong. Thank you. I missed you. I haven't seen you. Oh my God, and this plant's growing with no root, with no tree. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree. A tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against this earth's sweet flowing breast. A tree that looks at God all day and lifts its leafy arms to pray. Poems are made by fools like me, but only Hashem could make a tree. How was that? Is that nice for Arbor Day? Arbor Day. Arbor here, over there, hello there. That's what we do. You know what I like? I like to see women in comedy. Why? Because you guys like to see women in comedy. This woman is no exception. Let's bring this femme fatale to the stage. The one and only Yelena Kutileva. All right, prove it. Get up there. Let's show these boys. I love your shoes.
I love your dress.
Oh, $4.99.
Hello, guys. I'm very happy to be here as always. So, my name is Yelena and I'm Russian. And silence as usually. Are you scared, Sean? Please don't be, I'm half Ukrainian. I was just confused, I invaded myself. And I'm also not from Russia and not from Ukraine. Can you guess where am I from? Who knows, don't say. That's a question for a new audience. Okay, nobody's like...
Romania.
Romania, wow, that's a smart guess. But I'm not from Romania. I'm from Kazakhstan, the land of Borat. I think Borat is very sexy and handsome. That's my type of man, you know, that I like. And, you know, guys, even me being from Kazakhstan, people still ask me about current political situation. And I don't care about politics, because all I care is just about my job and sex. I have a dream job. I work with men and video cameras. Can you guess what I do? Men and video cameras. Any ideas? Oh my god, okay, I'll tell you. No ideas. Okay. Sam. So, I work, I'm getting paid by telling men what they do wrong. I love my job. I work in IT. That's exactly what you thought when I walked on the stage, right? Oh, I bet she works in IT. She's the girl from LA. What else can it be? IT. Right? The girls in LA, they work in IT. You know, by the way, I like more girls from New York than LA girls. At least the girls in New York, you know, they want to, you know, get education. Yeah, they all want to get a man, but they want to get education. They want to build themselves here just to get a man. Forget about education or anything else. Like, you walk in a bar and you see all these ladies, they're sitting in the bar and they can't even buy drinks for themselves. This is ridiculous. No, seriously. And, you know, me and my girlfriend, we walked in, I'm like, I ain't sitting over there. Like all these chickens. I can buy a drink. I'm gonna sit at the table, okay? Anyway, this is like totally out of script. I'm just gonna keep going with my IT thing. So I'm a quality assurance engineer. I make sure that when a developer builds the application, he builds it with quality. And a developer, usually a man, and what man can build with quality? But even if a man builds something with quality, I always tell him what he does wrong. And I'm very good at it. I'm gonna give you an example. For example, a developer builds the application with a rule, with a code. A wife, when she uses the video cameras in the house, must see everything that's going on in the house while she's gone. And my job is to test this code. And you know what I found out? She can't see damn thing. My job is to find out if her husband cheats on her, she sees that. And she can't see freaking anything. The code is wrong. The developer is the man, husband is the man, of course.
Right.
What else can he build? Anyway, I know it's not my business, but I'm still curious, you know. So anyway, you know, girls, when you are in bed with men, just tell him the combination is incorrect. The code is wrong. This is what I do, always. You know, I'm single, like for a while. You know, I had more luck in Kazakhstan. When we go on a date, we ride horses. and then we sleep with each other, and then we eat the horses. And then I came to America. Do you know why I came here? Because we were starving. We ran out of horses. But guys, I have a good news. I got a visa. Oh, finally someone is clapping. Thank you so much. You know, they let me stay as long as I don't go to the racetrack. That was a deal at the immigration border. And finally, I got an American boyfriend. Oh, poor thing. I cooked for him. You know what I cooked? Sundan knows what I cooked. Guess what I cooked? What a silent audience today, oh my gosh. Horse, not a horse. Borscht, wow! but the borscht is like Ukrainian thing, you know, but we cook borscht too. But no, I thought you said horse. I'm like, horse, I'm like, American boyfriend, horse. I cook spaghetti. Spaghetti with horse balls. Yes. And then he disappeared. You know, story of my life. Never call back right now. Okay, I'm like, okay, so I guess my balls were too big. You know, my friend from Kazakhstan who knows me like 15 years, he said, Yelena, if you want to get married, you have to cut your balls. I'm like, what? I can't cut my balls. How am I going to do stand-up comedy? You know? And I don't know why I'm single, because I like to tell men what they do wrong, or because I have balls. Or maybe because it's LA. Let me tell you the difference between Kazakhstani men and LA men. When Kazakhstani men want you, they stalk you. Then they kidnap you. And then you get married. Finally. I don't know if it's gonna happen to me or no. But LA men, you know, they just stalk. They don't want to get married. You know, and there's another difference between Kazakhstani men and LA men. Kazakhstani men, they hung like horse. You know, on a date, I don't know whom I'm gonna eat, horse or him. It works, right? That's his idea. Anyway, and there's, you know, we don't have condoms in Kazakhstan, we use trash bags. And LA men, they just average. Nothing special, right, from them? And I'm gonna tell you why they like average, because they're all vegans. Any vegan people in the house? Thank God, because I don't understand vegan people. Every time I see a vegan person, I want to feed him. I'm like, honey, would you like some apple? I have like apple and 2 nuts in my bag. Do you want a half of the nut? My generosity. So yeah, because I don't understand vegan people. They eat sprouts, grass, beans. This is how animals eat in Kazakhstan, and then we eat animals. I feel like LA men, they're missing one step in their diet here. Yeah. Huh. You know, guys, I was so bored. Like job, like no sex. I was like, I want to participate in a beauty competition. Like, let's see what happened. First, I was so excited. I thought I could show my talent. But the producer said, don't worry about it. You don't have to have a talent. I thought I'm having an accent. You know, and we ended up just walking back and forth. Oh my God, that was so boring. You know, at least in Kazakhstan we have a talent competition. If the girl can catch a pig with her bare hands. You know, I actually catch one. That was a nice pig. You know, and on top of that, girls were gossiping about me, that I slept with the judges. This is ridiculous because I took only 3rd place. I slept with a superior court judge, and a lower court judge, an immigration judge, and a judge from the tennis match. And all these judges are wrong people. I was so confused. I worked so hard. So, you know, in America, women are judged by their beauty, but we value different things in women in Kazakhstan, like personality, charisma, strength, like ménage à trois. If a woman can pick up two men and carry them to work. Like a Kazakhstanian style, strong women.
Of course.
And they're like, if this two men is not drunk, they can be drunk. Anyway, have you ever had ménage à trois, Sean?
One time.
Oh! Usually the answer is no. How was it? You were picked up by a woman, or you had American ménage à trois?
American version.
What's American ménage à trois? Tell me. No, don't tell me. That's out of scope. Maybe tell me later. It's a long weekend. Maybe I should pick up some ideas. Because like, you know, my life is so boring actually. You know, if I don't have a LASC school, then I was like, well, what am I going to do?
Me too.
Alright guys, thank you so much.
My name is...
Yes, I always forgot to tell you what's my name. Okay, my name is Yelena, Yelena, and last name is Kovaleva, and you can find me on Instagram, the same as my first and last name. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
What she really wants to tell you guys is that it's phonetic. Isn't that funny? That's what I tell people when they say, Cinder Kronquist, and I go, it's phonetic. Kronquist. Hey, thank you, beautiful.
Hey, come on for the horse meet. We'll find out if it's Coach or later.
I don't know.
Somebody give me a hand while I bring up the comedy of the one and only Mr. Hammerhead over here. Come on, Nikki, let's do it.
Hey, I'm a software developer. You're wrong! We don't hire QA engineers because of people like you. I never write fucking bugs. That's some bullshit.
Oh, shit.
I can find all your bugs.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Alright, strap in for this one. I was at the mall observing some tweens. Alright, not in that way. Alright. I see them in the corner being nefarious. Then one of them sprints out, goes up to another 14-year-old, is like, hey, let me get your Snapchat. And I was jealous. Not because I wish I was doing that. You know, I wish I was doing that when I was 14, okay? I was too busy playing Call of Duty and, you know, jerking off.
Okay.
Yeah, my therapist says I have a fear of rejection from women and suggested that I go to the park and ask out 100 women. Fucking BetterHelp, dude. I knew there were gonna be some bullshit, dude. You get what you pay for, I guess. Fucking there's 5 girls. The 5 of the same girls I see at the park. I'm supposed to ask them out 20 times? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, my biggest fear is getting too domesticated. You know, my roommates, I'm hitting that age where, like, all my friends are like, oh yeah, I got this air fryer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing the air fryer. Like, every time now I'm just looking at my household appliances. Like, with a baseball bat. I want to fucking break all this shit. Just to prove to myself that I still have balls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the fucking air fryer is bullshit. I'm sick of hearing that. What else here? I like how unfazed tall dudes are by chicks. I happened to stumble upon a basketball player in the wild the other day. Gorgeous girl talking to him. He's not even looking at her. He's looking at the clouds. Girl's like, where are you from? Guy's just like looking at the clouds like, I ain't from nowhere. Girl's like, no, seriously, where are you from? He's like, I'm from the moon, bitch. I wish I had that. I'm a horny bitch, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I was European. I feel like they get away with so much. Any Europeans in the house? Oh, we got. Yeah, I need to take a playbook out of the Kazakhstani men, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew this guy Daniel from Spain, and he would just go up to girls and say the wild shit. You want to see my dick? And they'd be like, oh my gosh, Daniel, stop. Oh my god. I was like, you get your European trash fucking penis out of here, gypsy motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I got this Adidas shirt on. I'm trying to be European or something. I don't know. It's not working. Yeah. I think it's funny when hard-ass dudes use exclamation points when they talk. Or when they text, sorry. When they text. My boxing coach, like, he's texting me. He's like, see you soon. And then I see him, he's like, what up, man? Later, G. And then he texts me, that was fun. And then he texts me with that cat with hard eyes emojis. I'm like, what did we just do? Alright. Here's my weirdest Uber passenger experience. So call an Uber, and I was ready. I hop in real quick, and I don't think he was ready for me, because my man is sending a dick pic right when I get into the car. And, you know, he had his phone right on, like, the center stand. And, yeah, his finger was hovering over a pallet of dicks. And he was an Arab man, too. I don't know, he was packing. My man was packing. I didn't know the Arabs were packing. Can you say Arab?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Say.
Aladdin, more like a ladder to swing that thing. Yeah, so let me tell you guys, 5 stars. I had just come from watching a movie. I don't even remember what movie it was, because that was the best picture I saw that night. Alright. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, thank you guys. My name's Nick. You can find me at Nick the Hammerman on Instagram, and yes, here's Sunda.
Yes, H-A-N-R-A-H-A-N.
Yes.
I wish you had said that for me.
Where the hell do you think you're going? I'm kidding. Boy, you gotta get into comedy sports, especially when you learn about the love and the life of Lee Schwartz. Let me hear you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Get up here.
Be short. Lee. Alright, here I am.
Yeah.
Alright. A lot of tough acts to follow, but I'll follow them as best I can. But I don't follow things very well, so I'll do my best. But I've always wanted to, there's a lot of things I want to get out, and I like to get some things out right now. Off my chest, and things that I once wanted to do something in an Orthodox Jewish wedding, and that wasn't the right time, but I've always wanted to do it since, and now I'm going to do it. You're lucky tonight. I get it. And I'm going to get it off my chest. Keep your feet on the ground and your hands in your ear. Or, no, feet on the ground and your hands in your ear. In your air. In the air. You know. See, it never comes out right. So keep your feet on the air and feet on the hands and feet in the air. No. Keep your feet on the ground and your hands in the air. There you go. That's it. Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. Finally, I got that out. All right. After all these years, and I just want to go back to that Orthodox Jewish wedding, because I don't know if you all know about Orthodox Jewish weddings, is they put you on a chair and they bounce you up and down. And I was just hoping they wouldn't do that to me. I didn't know what the deal was, if everybody took turns and I was going to run and hide. I'm not interested in being put in a chair and pushed up and down. You know, I just ate, so I wouldn't want that. All those, you know, matzo balls would just go crazy, you know. So I had to keep it all down, you know. So it didn't happen, but you know, I was thinking, very dangerous thing. People can get really hurt. I don't think that's good before a wedding. You know, to get hurt. You know, walk down with crutches. That's a great honeymoon coming up. That'll be fun, real fun. Just start out the winning just like that. Break the glass, then trip on the glass. All sorts of dangerous things there, actually. You really get hurt. But glass breaking, falling off a chair, that's not fun. You know, you ruin your whole honeymoon. Yeah. So anyway, things I wanted to get out, and I want to value you as an audience, and I've learned to just care about you and love you and want you to feel good as you get it out. So I'm gonna let you, this time, it's on your floor. You know, if anything's bothering you, I want you to just get it out right now, and just, you know, I'm here for you. I care, I deeply care, and I want to hear it, okay? But if you really want to say it and let it all out, I really would like you to go somewhere else. I'm not really here for that. You go somewhere else, because I'm not interested in hearing that. You know, therapists are around, lots of other people that can help you out. If you're having some deep-seated anger issues, then you should not do anything crazy, like rob someone or mass shooting, anything of the kind, because I'm not responsible for that. Can't blame it on me. He got the seed in my mind and I couldn't control myself. No, that's not me. You know, can't blame me. Blame yourself. Anyway, that's it. You got your chance to let it all out. Now, I've been going on interviews all the time now, looking for the right thing, and I've been trying to, you know, figure out the best way to go through an interview, and each time it's really, really difficult. I have to concentrate. It's demanding, and I can't deal with that pressure of just an interview. Never mind the job. Forget about it. So I bail out right then and there. But then I said, they were asking me, do you have any accommodations you want to, you know, your available accommodations? I guess you're allowed to have certain things that they make your job better for you. And I said, there was one on there, time blindness. What time blindness is really is you lose track of time. Okay, and this is a new thing, and I'm thinking, well, that's chronic lateness, essentially. And so if you get that, you can be late as much as you want. And I said, oh, all right, how about accommodation where I work a lot and get paid more than I deserve it, or I work a lot less and get paid a lot more? Can I do that? You know, anyway, they just look at me like, I don't know. So I, once I get all this out of, you know, out of my mind, and then I come to the point where at the end of the job interview, you're not supposed to, I was told you're not supposed to ask questions about themselves. But I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to say. I just said, you know, this is, have you done this long? Have you been working here long? And he said, don't ask that question. You won't be working here at all.
Oh, God.
Now, you can, thank you for coming. And I said, well, that was the end of that. And that's the wrong thing to say. At least I know the wrong things to say by process of elimination. I'm gonna, you know, narrow it down till I get the right thing, and eventually I'll walk right in and do all the questions and say all the right things, and then they might give me a job and they might not. It's not in my hands, and that's the way it goes, you know. So, but there's always hope for me. Not much. But I hope they just have mercy on my soul. And
Oh, my God.
maybe I can say that's my disability, or accommodation of what they call that. You know, I can't handle criticism, or I can't handle, you know, being paid less. I can't handle, you know, working too hard. You know, I can't handle being, you know, taken aside and saying, this is not the right job for you, you gotta leave. I'll say that I can't handle that. And they'll say, okay, it's accommodation. I'll put that down. You know, don't yell at me. Don't do things like that. But all these, you know, you're allowed to be accommodated in any job if you have problems. So I say, if, you know, what if I get really down? Please go easy on me that day. You know, I'm accommodated. I'm protected by some sort of thing. I could, you know. So, and like they need to let me get breaks when I need breaks, and you know, and on and on and on, and you know, I just feel it said accommodations, so I put lots of accommodations. There's an open form, you know. Hopefully it'll all be good, and I'll go there and won't have to do any work. And that would be perfect job. Go to work and do no work.
When you
Do no work.
Yes, that's all now.
Yeah. Well, I'm done. I'm done. Okay, and that's the end of the day. I've done nothing, and you know, that's my accommodation. I don't have to do anything. So that's the job. And that job that I interviewed with, it was actually for it's through something called Labor Ready. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's day labor. It's day jobs. You know, so the worst jobs you can imagine. You know, and I didn't realize it was day labor that I was. It was a day labor job. It wasn't an office job. It was nothing like that. And so here I'm getting all revved up, and they're gonna send me to like take refrigerators up 3 flights of stairs and just do, you know, clean up messes that people left, hazardous materials and all that. Just throw me there. And then another thing that they said, can you handle being a car jockey? I have no idea what a car jockey is. Evidently, this is what a car jockey is. It is when they have a car auction and they give you keys and they go down and say, bring a car, bring it back, put it in front of the auction, they bid on it on, you know, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I could, you know, that sounded pressure filled actually, and I was ready to just leave right now because I could see like a whole bunch of cars, and you know, if there's a wrong way to do things, I'll find it, and I'll find every single way to do something wrong. And I could just picture it, you know, bringing the car up, doing the bidding, 1 to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and you're supposed to do it like you have to keep the car long enough so people could bid on it. You don't want to go before they, you know, can bid on it because they get really mad. He said, that's the worst thing you want to do. You can't linger that car. When they bid, when they buy, you got to take it out. And I just pictured myself like not hearing when it was sold. You know? Sold. Get out now. And that was, you know, I could have just imagined. Then get another car, and then bring it back and find the car. Right keys. Where's the keys? I don't know. Less keys. There's more cars, and then finally I found the right cars, and then the right cars, and then I come back and I bring the wrong car, and then there's like go back and get the other car, and then I'm just don't know what to do, and that's. I was getting so revved up for the whole thing that I couldn't handle that, and this was just a day labor job.
That's it.
All right. Thanks everybody. I appreciate y'all coming. And you can find me, Lee Schwartz. That's me at lee.schwartz.585.
Nice. So that makes you different from every other Lee Schwartz. You don't believe that? Because we do actually have more Lee Schwartzes. And that's funny because your name is Schwartz and my name is Schwartz.
Yeah.
Schwartz. Yes.
I'm trying to do something, guys. Maybe you guys can help me out here. I'm saying we got 3 of us over here, right? How many places can we post ourselves? Snapchat? No?
Well, I don't think you could do live.
Can't do Snapchat. What else can we do live? I have a fan page that I can't get to.
What?
Yeah, it's like the one with this without my family on it. They make comments. My family is so crazy. I made a joke about the most boring person in America. I mean, she's so boring. And her name is Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle. And it's, you know, and I'm not one to dish dirt, you know. I just find her so boring because she's mixed. On the white side of her husband's family, which is all white, we're wondering what color the kids were going to be. Jews are exactly the same way. Italians exactly the same way. And the Irish pray they're not too white. Everybody looks. So I made a little jokey joke about her. My cousin came on live, Patterson, New Jersey, and said, "What are you doing hating on another black woman? Why can't you support other black women?" I was like, "I remember she's not black, she's British." I just dealt with something. I know that nobody's watching, and I'm thankful because my kids don't watch me. That's wonderful. My daughter goes to school in England. Why am I telling you this? She had some friends over, and everyone was saying something to me about Tova's mom, this and that. And I said to one of them, where are you born in England? A lot of people ask me, I'm going to be residing, I'll be living by the West Indies, I'll be in London, blah, blah, blah. And it's, where were you born? You know, he's born. Where were you born? Texas. And everybody jumps on me. They're like, you're staying in character. You're lying. That's what you're doing. Suppose I go around looking like downtown Judy, but hello everyone, how are you today? How am I? And all they do is drink there. I gotta tell you something. They can't smoke. They frown on marijuana. They're the American Yankees. Listen, this place would not be open for any of your asses if it wasn't for this next comedian that I definitely want you to know that you met her right here before that superstardom hits her. Woo! And she is the reason I always tell you guys, be careful what you wish for, because for her coming fast and she doesn't know what to do yet, and neither do I, and together we are crazy. She's not my daughter, but get ready, Sarah Silverman. Here comes the one and only Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for Sunda Krunkvist, everybody. I got dressed in the dark. No. I don't know. Sometimes I like to feel like, I don't know, that I'm going somewhere. Sometimes I would come to the mic and people are like, are you going to a show? And I'm like, this is a fucking show. Right. I'm Sam. Right. It's so good to see you guys. What a wacky Wednesday. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, if Uber's going to be brought up, I have to speak about it as a devout passenger. Oh. I'm an investor. I own 1% Uber with just tips. It's actually sad because I don't know. Like one time I was in an Uber and he was like, the law they just passed about Uber, and we're talking about like laws and shit, and sometimes it gets like conspiracy, and I'm like, please just let me out. Like 5 stars. Like 5 stars. This guy once, he was going like 95 miles per hour in like a 35. And I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I was like, he's having a bad night. Had to give him 4 stars. And I couldn't sleep for 3 nights. No. One time I was in an Uber all the way here, and it says LA School of Comedy. That's where we're at, if anybody was confused. And the driver was like, so you probably noticed there's been like some cops following us. And I just want to let you know, like, I know I'm not supposed to be driving, right? And I was like, and he was like, can you be cool? Like, can you be cool? And he was like letting me be in the car. So I was like, I owe him. You know what I mean? I was like, I owe him. This is a really nice Subaru. When the car has a touchscreen, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in it. It's looking like more and more cars are gonna have like iPads. It's scary to see somebody watching a movie when they're driving, and if they're not a toddler, you know what I mean? If you're not a toddler in a reverse car seat, you shouldn't be watching TV in the car. One time I was in an Uber and we passed McDonald's. No, okay, it's like separate stories actually. One time I was in an Uber and we passed 7-Eleven, and the driver was like, oh, I really wish we went in there. And I was like, oh my god, I needed a snack. And then we went into CVS together, and the app both kept asking us like, you're experiencing more traffic or whatever. We were like, no, I'm safe. I was like, no, I'm in CVS right now. I give them just a normal tip. Well, I've been through McDonald's drive-thrus and Ubers. I think that's an idea that's not tapped in. I don't know. Is there something there? No.
Yes.
Not for comedy, but I'm saying for like Uber. But fuck Uber. I hate them, but I love them. But they save my life all the time. Like, there's nothing like, you know, it's raining and your friend's like, let's go to one more place. And you're like, I need to go home. What am I going to do? Uber. I remember in high school, they were trying to do, they said, we're going to have a vaping assembly. Not anti-vaping. They're like, we're going to have a vaping assembly. And I was like, is it BYOB? Like, what are you trying to, like, what do you mean having a vaping assembly? Like, I'm so fucking excited. Are we trading pods? What is this? What is this? What class is this for? I was like there for 3 days just camping out, like waiting for the vaping assembly. They brought this lady from the district. She had a PowerPoint. She was like, so addiction is very serious. Now, I don't do drugs or anything like that, but I like to online shop. And I was like, oh, this isn't working. I was like, this is wrong. And she was like, when I want to online shop, and I bought so many things already, but my husband's going to be so upset at me. I was like, we're kids. Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? She was like, I want to go for a run. And I was like, the last thing that, like, a vape-addicted youth wants to do with their lungs is, like, go on a run. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to vape and run. I've tried it. Late to work, it's like, what are you gonna do? And then one of our teachers went up and was like, talking about drunk driving compared to vaping, and I was like, we're an Uber generation, you know, when they were like, and you can't get behind the wheel. I was like, none of us have a fucking license. I was like, this isn't working. And also, like, you're supposed to vape while you drive. It helps you focus, right? Right? No, I don't know. There's nothing like watching like an anti-vaping documentary, just vaping. I had to come out to my parents as vaping again. That was hard. I was like, just so you know, I'm so bad at lying, especially when I know I'm bad. I'm so bad at it. I'm like, what, you want me to fucking tell you? I'll tell you right now. And someone's like, I'm a barista, you know? I don't need to know. Shout out baristas, I love them. People go, Sam, you should be a barista. And I'm like, well, that's not a compliment. Sam, go back to retail. I'm like, fuck off. No, fuck you. My mom said, never bring up the word podcast at the dentist ever again. She was right. That's wrong. I do things that are wrong sometimes. I don't like jaywalking. It really stresses me out. Because car versus person is always going to be car. You know? Like, that's just how I think about it. Anybody a parent? I mean a child. Anybody a child to a parent with like severe road rage? I have that in my genes, you know. So I think about that constantly. Like my dad, like one time we were like in traffic, and I'm like in 7th grade, so it's like there's no APs. Like I think legally like you had to pass 7th grade, because it was a hard time. I don't know how we all passed. But basically, I was like late for school. There's all this traffic, and he was like, "Fuck this!" And he takes his fucking Jeep on the sidewalk.
What?
And yeah, no.
Jersey.
And I was like, Dad, I was like, it's homeroom. You know what I mean? I was like, it's literally cartons of milk right now. Like I'm not missing anything. I was not like that person who was like attendance person, you know. I never was like, I was a little bit, I love to have like lunch with the principal. I didn't want to be principal for a day. I didn't get it, but I wanted to like have lunch with her. There was nothing like telling my 2nd grade teacher like, you should dump your boyfriend, like he's in Nicaragua, you're here teaching kids, and what's he doing, not you. Not you. Do you remember when a teacher would be like, okay, class 304? I miss when classes were just numbers. It was like, we're just 304, you know what I mean? But you had the most, you're like, 304, fuck 303. But really they had candy and you were just like trying to cope with it. But you were like, no, I'm learning. But, and then she would be like, I have a surprise for you, and he thinks it's me, like a field trip, or like edible school lunch, or like something cool, you know, no more shooting drills. We didn't have shooting drills actually in my school. They didn't want to say that, so they said chemical plant explosion near you. Is that better? Is that calming? That's nice. You can't go outside. I'm like, the window's open right now. And my teacher's being really weird. She was a weirdo. I feel like she sat kids based on how they looked. Like it's true. Like no, like truly, like what you're thinking, like bad. I was like, why are we sat like this? Why do you keep asking Emma Gonzalez if she knows the answer in Spanish if it's all Spanish one? I was like, that's weird, Miss Van Coolen. Like that's weird. She was weird. What was I saying? Oh, but when your teacher would be like, I was surprised, and she'd be like, I'm having a baby, and then everybody would like clap. You know what I mean? Like they would clap. They're like, yay! Oh my god, a baby! Like I remember being in my head like, ew, like that's disgusting. Like I didn't know you were doing that. I thought you were fucking grading homework. I didn't know. Are you married even? In my head I was like, are you married? I don't see a ring or anything, and I'm a child. And I was like, you're crazy. And I was like, so I'm gonna have to have a sub. You know what I mean? Like my head, I'm like planning. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It was just like I never felt right about that. Like they had to tell us because like you know like you were gonna be like, what is? You look different. There was nothing like 1 year though when this teacher, she started the year pregnant, and I was like, I hope she has to go away sooner, and then she did. And then she did. And my mom's like, I did that for you. I did that because I'm a witch. Okay, but please. Oh, okay. 1 minute for thumbs up.
Yes, please.
So thumbs up is an app. So you know, you guys, you know Instagram. We should all be posting ourselves. You know, even outside of School of Comedy, I might look like somebody who comes here a lot. I might be wearing a shirt associated with it. But you should all be posting yourselves on Instagram.
Yes.
But you could post on Instagram through the thumbs up app, which is a free app, and you get paid $10 to post. And you might remember you paid $10 for it, so that's like a beautiful thing. You can ask me more about it. There's flyers or little postcards by your seat, and we're having a show on July 20th, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And shout out thumbs up. But it's not just us. It's like local businesses, and all they want you to do is like post a picture on Instagram, and it could be a picture of you on stage.
That's a good idea.
And
they should all do it.
We should all do it. We should all be posting.
Do it.
And then thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. Good everybody! Okay, you can, my name's Sam Linderman. You can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH. Don't do what I did when I said my name really fast. It's Sam Linderman.
Yes! Well, you know, it's a different world,
And we have to make it Linder Woman. And I want to say that I am so happy to see this next comedian because for whatever reason, I've been thinking about, and when I think about him, he calls, and then I call him, and then we do back and forth. But I want you guys to sit back for the comedy of the one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let me hear you. Here.
Hi y'all, how's it going? My name is Aaron McIntyre. It's not spelled the usual way. It's A-E-R-O-N, much more exotic. Thank you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Okay. Good. I just want to, I want to make sure everyone's safe. It's a safe environment. Okay. Just want to be safe. Don't want to, freak you out by going, "How's everybody doing tonight?" That's the MC's job. Am I right? The MC comes up here and goes, "Come on, everybody. How's everybody doing? Huh? You having fun?" If I come up here and do this, it's just pressure. It's just pressure on you. You may be sitting out there really depressed, and your friends brought you here, and you're like, "No, I'm not fucking having a good time." So I don't want to put any pressure on you. Okay, so who saw the debates, huh? Anybody watch the debates? Huh? Yeah. Looks like Uncle Joe's moving kind of slow. I went back to Petticoat Junction. Yeah.
Great.
All the Republicans were saying he was going to be on drugs. I think he was. I just don't think it was the ones they thought he was going to be on. He might have been riding the white horse, you know what I'm saying? Or the brown horse, depending on whether you get some of that nice Naples brown, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that was really, really bad. But, I think that all he really had to do, right? This is all he had to do. He just had to get up here and go, "Look, if you are really considering which one of us," no, he wouldn't have said it that way. He would have said, "Look, if you really want to know which one of us should be president, fact check everything he just said." After every fucking thing he said, all he had to do was just say, "Just fact check him. Just fact check him. Before you vote for him, you gotta fact check him." Because it was really pathetic. I mean, this is like every fucking word that comes out of his mouth. I can't believe these people actually. Okay. You know what I think it is? I think it's actually that they like that he lies. I think they enjoy the fact that everything out of his mouth is a lie, because they're a bunch of fucking liars, and they like to see somebody getting away with it. You know, so I think that they're like, yeah, man, right on. Or no, it'd be more like, right on, man. No, I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from all you Southern people in the back. I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to, cast any aspersions on you. Boy. I was gonna say something else about them, about this political landscape, but landscape looks pretty bleak right now. You know what? You know what it is? Look, guys. Look. This is what we got. That's it. This is what we got. All these people, it's like, who are you voting for? Well, I'm not gonna vote. It's like, oh, so you're voting for Trump. Thanks. Okay, thanks a lot. No, I'm voting for RFK. It's like, fuck you. That fucking guy, he sounds like a fucking, some kind of a monster, doesn't he? Doesn't RFK, Kennedy, doesn't he sound like that? I don't want to listen to that for 4 fucking years, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, something about them voting. Yeah, I mean, this is what we got. Okay, so he's fucking old. He's really fucking old. I mean, they're both really fucking old. But the thing is that if you look at Biden, when he first came in 4 years ago, and the way he looks right now, he fucking looks tired. He looks like he aged like, and every president. You look at every president, right? From the time they take office until the year 4, and then if they go on to year 8, man, they are a completely different person, really old, right? He's only been there for 4 years. Look at Trump. He came in 16, came out at 20, he looked exactly the fucking same. You know why? Because he wasn't fucking doing anything but walking around going, pushing people out of the way. I mean, that was so fucking ridiculous when he pushed that guy out of the way. And did you see that? He's like, they're at some big summit and there's all these people, and the fucking Prime Minister of Moldova or something like that is walking in front of him, and he literally pushes him out of the way and walks up and then straightens out his tie. It's like, oh, fuck me. This guy is such a... He gets me a little worked up. Just a little. Just about that much. So, let's see. What did I do today? Well, let's see here. First, I woke up. And then I got out of bed. Which you'd think was enough, right, for the day. Just getting out of bed was enough. But no, I went in. I made a little bit of yogurt and some blueberries. I had to, it was a little work stirring up the yogurt because it gets that little puddle of water in it. You gotta stir it up. And then I went into my room and I got online and I got this email saying that the nuclear holocaust was coming, and so you gotta buy a new fucking flashlight. And so I bought a flashlight, and then I ended up buying the pin knife, and then the backpack, and then I ended up spending about $300 right there, just from one fucking email. Because I gotta have my go bag, in case for after the election, just in case, right? I just gotta be ready. You never know what's gonna happen. So then I went back into the kitchen and I made myself some apples and peanut butter. And the apples were, it's hard. It's hard cutting it out the core. You got to cut out the core, and then you got to make it small enough that it'll go into the peanut butter jar, right? To make sure of that. And then I ran into my biggest challenge of the day, because the peanut butter was natural peanut butter and it had been sitting on the shelf. So that took me an hour and a half to fucking stir it up, because you stir it up and down at the bottom, it's like it's big chunks, and you think you just got it nice and smoothie, and then all of a sudden you dig down around, oh fuck, there's a whole nother clump. So I was exhausted, so I took a nap, and then I got up and took a shower and came here. So
great fight.
that was good. Thank you. That was my day. it's rough. You know, I mean, I work hard. I work hard. Oh, and by the way, also I do have a fucking air fryer, and I don't want to fucking hear any shit about my air fryer, okay, dude? My fucking air fryer is like my bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like you fucking throw the meat in there, you go, psh, and it just fucking makes it so nice, and you don't have to turn it over. I mean, that's fucking too much work. You know what I mean? And then you burn one side and you don't. Do you ever do that? Where you're like making something and like a steak or something like that, and you cook it and then you flip it over and then you leave it. You think that it's getting to the right, you know, the right color on the bottom, and then you flip it over and it's like darker than the other side, and then you got to put it back in. I mean, you know, because I have to have. I'm getting a little obsessive compulsive on top of my bipolar disorders. Yeah, bipolar. That means I live on both poles, the Arctic and the Antarctic. Yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do it again. Yeah, because a lot of people don't know why the penguins, you know, the penguins are only in the Arctic Circle. They're not in Antarctica. Did you know that? You didn't know that? No, there's no penguins in the Arctic Circle. They're only in Antarctica. And I found out why. Because Santa had to kick them out because the elves were trying to fuck them. And it was getting in the way of their workday, you know, especially during the winter solstice, you know, when it gets really dark for a long time. That's the best time for the elves because, you know, they work best at night. You know, give them a little Adderall. Those little fucking elves will be sitting there fucking making those toys, you know. But during the evening, you know, the long evening where it's like, oh yeah, man, I'm coming home from work and it's really tired. Oh, there's the sun. Oh fuck. Oh, and there it goes again. All right, I guess I gotta go back to work. But they were getting very distracted by the penguins. You know, it was kind of a sad thing. Somebody said something else that I was thinking it was that I thought of something, but I can't remember. I love the Teletubbies. Love those Teletubbies. How many people are Barney fans? Anybody a Barney fan? Did you grow up with Barney? Really? Fucking Barney is the Antichrist, okay? I kept my daughter away. I was like, stay the fuck away from Barney. Fucking dinosaur? Purple? Fucking purple dinosaur walking around, his mouth doesn't move. He's got a mouth that's kind of open, but it never fucking moves. And he goes, hey, kitty, he talks like a fucking idiot. He's the Antichrist. I hated him. Love the Teletubbies. Love Blue's Clues. Anybody a Blue's Clues? Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues with Salt and Pepper. And who was the other one? Paprika was the baby. Right? That little baby, Paprika. Anyway, I love them all. They are my favorite things to watch every day, so I have lots of tapes of them and I watch them over and over again. My name is Aaron McIntyre. Thank you, AERONMACINTYRE at every fucking platform you can find me on.
Hey, we need them all. We need them all, yes.
That's in the workroom now. Listen, guys, I really do think that we should be blowing up here. This is ridiculous. I mean it, all of you here. To be in New York and that people know about this place and not think I'm the owner. Amazing. All I keep hearing is Barry Katz from Last Comic Standing. This is his studio. And he's my friend. He hasn't had anything to do with this.
Bring him up.
Oh my God, life is just so crazy. This morning I was making a delivery and the woman said, hold on, sir. I just don't know how to take that at this point.
I don't. And I wanted to say something that I can't remember, but it's okay, it must have been a lie, and I don't want to hold you guys with my boring humor that I have to get ready for a show for on the 20 what?
The 20th.
20th! And guys, do it, thumbs up, why not? Why not? I just wonder, Jackie, you come up for a few minutes tonight? Can I come up?
Oh.
Yes, yes, our in-house scholar, the one and only Jackie, come up here for a few minutes. Yeah! Go up. What? Go on stage.
No. Okay, we're whispering. We're Jews. We whisper loud.
Yeah, I haven't prepared.
I know. What's the worst? What do you hate about traffic in LA?
It's just, I don't hate it.
Oh, you don't hate it? So are you an Uber girl?
No.
No, you don't hate it. So you're leaving us. We're gonna miss you. What are you gonna do when you leave us?
I'm going to make film.
She's a filmmaker, by the way.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about your film. I saw it.
Oh, that's so cliche. It's just so.
Isn't it great to be up here? Yeah.
I got. Oh, I just haven't.
You don't have to rehearse. We just like to hear you and see you.
Oh, okay.
And say, like,
What do
when you
you
leave,
want?
right, exactly. You're leaving us in 2 weeks and you're
Yeah.
going where? Where are you leaving? I'm gonna cry.
Johnny Chapman.
All right. Hey, that's a friggin' applause.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Will you miss us?
yeah.
Jackie, we're gonna miss you too. Give her a round of applause. You're going up there.
Jackie!
You wanna say anything? You wanna do your jokes real quick?
Right?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? Yeah. No? I hear how funny you are, so stop it. You're funny and you know it.
Okay.
You are.
You are!
I just can't remember it.
Well, you're gonna remember next time because you're gonna leave here with a set. We're
I will
gonna
do
make
it
sure.
next time.
You promise? Okay.
Okay.
How's that feel going up there? Like, oh, I gotta kill her.
The first time I ever went on stage, these people, it was a black club I was working in, and they were like, "You're going to do comedy tonight." And I never did comedy in my life. And let me tell you something, the worst audience is Orthodox Jews and black people. They're the worst. Every time you're with a bunch of Orthodox, Jackie Mason made that joke, I saw him in the Catskills. And then you got your black going, damn, she thinks she's funny. You ain't the Sunday funnies. You ain't the Sunday funnies. So it's a 40. Really horrible. Horrible. And I remember I was saying when Steven Spielberg's mom, when I was saying that they wanted me to meet her, I had gotten into a little legal trouble. It doesn't make any sense now, but this woman, I said, "It's such a pleasure meeting you." She said, "I know who you are and the horrible things you've done to your mother-in-law." E.T. go home. Who does this to people? Who does this to people? And then I'm doing an event for a nursing home, and they took their walkers like this at me. And canes in front of Rabbi Dershowitz's wife. And her name is Tova too. And all she kept saying is, "Keep going, you get a free blanket." That is the world of comedy. I want to bring up Chad for a few minutes, if you guys don't mind. The one and only Chad. Let's do this. Come on, Chad, 2 minutes. Come on. Come on, you act like you don't know me. Look at Chad. Oh, stop. You're going all the time.
My parents are gonna be upset. They want me to tell them when I'm going on the stage. Last time I did it, my dad's like, "You need to tell me when you did it. You need to tell. You didn't tell me." He was upset.
You sound like it.
I was gonna come up on Friday. I was ready, but I can't say no. I mean, you tell me. Well, no, I'm not going on the stage. I don't want you. I'll do a little bit. I'll do a little appetizer. Okay.
All right.
I have to apologize to my parents later. But I came up with something. I was at the what are the? There's always these words, these Latin words. Ophthalmologist for the eyes. Ophtha something, you know. I was there for my eyes because I wanted to get these new glasses. I mean, these ones are okay, but I have green eyes, and when I go outside, it's like I can't see anything. When the sun's out, I hate this city. I hate this weather. I went to Alaska for college. I ran away. I went to Alaska because I can't stand. It's always cloudy there. I've never been there in the summer. And everyone loves Alaska in the summer. I've never spent the summer there. It's summer. I go back to LA and I spend time with my family. But my eyes are very sensitive to the light. So I want to get these lenses I heard about. I don't know who told. Was it Samantha? Did you tell me about them? You were the one who told me about these transition lenses that they turn into sunglasses. And they turn into normal glasses. The only thing I'm worried about. Was that a joke? That's funny. But the only thing I'm worried about is I like to go see movies, right? and I'm worried I'm gonna go into the movie theater, and it's like pitch black, and then this big movie screen turns on. I'm worried I don't want to wear sunglasses in a movie theater. I might be able to see the movie. That's the one thing I need to do some research on that. But anyway, I'm at the ophthalmologist, and I'm sitting there, and on the wall there's a bunch of this like really abstract modern art. And I'm like, there's gotta be a joke there. Okay. Like modern art, abstract modern art on the walls of the eye doctor. And I'm thinking like, what is the bet? Like the doctor's trying to induce some eye strain to get a couple extra bucks from you know, at the appointment, like you go in there. But I like modern art. I used to think it was stupid. I used to think it was really dumb. I didn't understand it. Like all this like random lines and squiggles, you know, Jackson Pollock stuff. I didn't get it. But seeing some of that in person, it really changed my perspective. When you walk into a room and there's just this huge piece, all this, and you don't really know what to make of it at first, it can be very interesting. And I remember I learned that first when I went to Italy. I was very lucky to go to Italy, and I saw the statue of David. And you walk into this museum. This museum only, it's like the people are waiting like 8 hours, 9-hour queues in the rain and stuff for this museum. It's a tiny museum. I don't remember the name. Tiny museum. Half of the museum is about like old instruments. No one's interested in that. Everyone goes for the David. They've got all this other stuff, but it's just there. You're there for the David. I think that you need to pay extra or something. But you walk through this corner, and he's all the way at the end of this corridor. All the lights are poured down on him, and it's huge. It's so much bigger than you can imagine going in there. And you slowly walk up to it, and there's always a huge crowd gathered around the David statue. And at the time, I was really into photography. I was a photographer, and I had a camera with me, and I wanted to think like, how do I capture that with an image? How do I take a picture of the David that's unique? That's not just a picture of the statue of David. So I thought I'll turn the camera to the audience instead, and I'll show what people are reacting to the David like, and I'll only include a bit of the David. And the problem was that these pictures were just a bunch of people staring up at David's penis. It was just a bunch of weird pictures of people staring at the penis, and it's a very nice penis. It's very detailed, very realistic. But photography it's an interesting art form. It's a very interesting art form because you look at these sculptures like the David or these beautiful paintings like Monet, Van Gogh. Every single brush stroke is intentional and very careful, all these colors, and every time you look at it you feel something different. And they spend years and years on these works of art. And as a photographer, you can just take a picture of their art. Go to a restaurant, take a picture of the food. So it's very easy art form to do. But that's why I picked it. But it can be good. Photography can be good. And you're capturing a moment in time forever. It's like time travel. You can look at a picture from the early 1900s and you can feel like you're there. It's very different from even the most realistic painting. You can't sit down and capture everything you see in a painting instantly. You have to go off your memory. You have to go off the way that it's changing. But an image is set in stone. It's forever, which is great for like really embarrassing moments. That you will now it's just there for good. Like all these baby photos. People come over to my house. I have friends over at my house. My mom is one of those moms who's like, let me show you the baby photos. She pulls out all these books of me in like the bathtub. Like, I don't want to show that to people. I didn't have an option there. That's all I got. That's all I got for now. Round more Friday. My name is Chad Schoenberg. I don't have social media.
Smart. So you'll find him here in LA. There you go. He's always funny.
Always funny, and don't believe the hype. When people tell you should not just be coming here, you should be going all over town and waiting 2.5 hours to go on in between the MC that does 2.5 hours. You may think that's all right, but I say let's bring up the comedy of the one and only Hunter White. Yes! Hunter!
Hey, keep the tepid applause going! Chad was your name, right? You were just like hanging out and then
So cool.
you're just hanging out?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna go on stage.
Hell yeah, I doubt your choice in activity, but fucking funny set, dude.
Yeah.
I'm also a photographer, and photography and comedy is the only thing you can do for years, and 12-year-olds think they can do. I want to give a big shout out to Sam, big shout out to Suna for putting it together, for doing this.
They look like they went to Woodstock together, but Sam's mom told her to put a t-shirt on. No, I love comedy. It's good people here. Comedy's weird. Good people here. But like in my experience, most people in comedy will either like touch you or try to get you to believe in QAnon. It was a very specific joke for like 2 people. I tried to do some self-improvement recently. Suna, you mentioned you did yoga recently. I've been meditating more. I did some yoga in Joshua Tree because of course I did. And I guess that's like a good thing, but like when you do yoga, they're like, listen to your body. But like, what if I have trust issues, you know? I don't know, I'm trying all kinds of things. I'm doing this thing called inner child work. Are you guys familiar? You're not? All right, so like inner child work, like I just feel like the mental health industrial complex, they need like better marketing, because inner child work, the concept is you like reparent your like small scared child and like pay attention to its like wants and needs. And that sounds horrendous, right? Like, especially if you have stuff that you do not want to face, like facing your small, scared inner child, it seems sad, confusing, and I don't want to do it. And here's what they should tell you about inner child work. It sounds way better. At the ripe old age of 31, inner child work is really just an excuse to watch Fantasia and build Lego. Right? And it's 2024, so like none of your boys can call you gay about it. It's great. Like I feel like the mental health industrial complex just needs like a marketing slogan like, don't go out, try to get laid, stay home, watch SpongeBob. No, mental health is a fun journey. My girlfriend's a therapist, so that means I need a new one. I don't know how she'll feel about that joke, but it's cool. No, I realize like with mental health, you just kind of like have to pick your lane, or things can get like kind of confusing, right? Like you can watch all the videos, listen to all the podcasts, just kind of spiral, right? So you should take, you know, what works for you and leave the rest, right? Like for example, can you get up and run every day at 5 a.m.? Cool. Can you do yoga consistently? Amazing. I doubt you need Klonopin. Right? Like on the flip side, are you medicated up the wazoo like a 1950s housewife and things are swell? You don't need to go smoke a toad in Arizona. Right? If your secret is Claritin D, Nicorette, and the sweet sounds of gospel music, why are you going near an ice bath, people? Let's pick it up. Also, I want to rewind. Remember when I was like, the yoga thing? What if I don't trust my body? I just want to say that downward dog is up to some shit. Okay. I don't trust it. I guess there's always Jesus, right? No? I was raised in like the Christian church, so like in the back of my mind I was like, well, if things go bad, I can go back to church, right? That's always available. I don't think it's for me though. Like a few thousand years ago, sure, maybe like a wizened elder passing on epic moral allegories, that seems alright. But like, have you looked at church recently? Like it has changed, bro. Right? It's now just like a Christian rock band opening up for a dude named Andy. Right? Now, is Andy a nice guy? Sure. Does he have some cool ideas? Sure. Does he wear khakis every day? Yeah. Like I don't need that. I'll get my cosmic lessons from YouTube and TikTok. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to hell. It's okay. We'll be there together. I got back into DMX recently. Is anyone not familiar with DMX? Yeah, some people. All right, here's the thing about DMX. If you never saw a DMX concert, it was amazing. The thing I love about DMX, he would throw this concert, right, lead thousands of people in a prayer at the end. It was like a wild spiritual experience. And then he would like bark like a dog and threaten to murder people. Like, where can I get that level of entertainment in comedy? I can't. Also, that's a thing white people just cannot do. Right? Like, I'm 2 steps away from Waco as it is. But like, imagine if I got on stage, prayed, and then barked like a dog. Right? Like, the ATF would be knocking down the door of LA School of Comedy. You guys kind of got a Waco reference. I'm proud of you. Mark's not here, so I feel safe for this. Also, side note, I have been coming to this mic since the debate because all I want to hear is Mark talk about the debate. That's all I want. I think socialism is the least shitty system we could adopt. I'm not like a fan of systems, but I think socialism could be okay. I just feel like people online, when they pitch socialism, they're setting us back a little bit, right? Feels like if Taco Bell introduced vitamins. Right? Like, I'm sure I'm with the cause, but like, you look like Baja Blast and are covered in Dorito dust. Like, what? Like, maybe Mr. Taco Bell shouldn't lead the proletariat, you know what I mean? Maybe like a Mrs. Cheesecake Factory could run it. Or like a Mr. Fogo de Chao. I don't know, let's ask George Soros. Also, I laughed when you said transition lenses because that is literally always funny. And the fact that you didn't know about transition lenses until like a couple weeks ago is amazing. I love you. Keep it going, Chad. You're hilarious. What do I want to talk about? So I got some shoes recently. I got some new shoes. They are dirty, but I got some new shoes. And I got excited about the process because I was like, oh, am I going to feel cool enough for Jordans now? Am I going to like get some Air Maxes? No, I got in my head about it. Like, what would the like less than utopian state of the world? Like, I wanted to do my part. So I bought some New Balances. I said they're dirty, but they're New Balances. I did my part, people. And now here's the thing, I'll fully admit, I did no research into this, there was no Googling, right? But like the impression I get of Nike is that they use child slaves, right? And the impression I get of New Balances is that they use kind, out-of-work old people. Right? In actuality, they probably also use slaves, right? But the whole feeling I get is that New Balances were made for and by cool octogenarians with back issues. You know what I mean? They got that Biden drip. I'm not trying to make a statement here, but I noticed something like about black dudes. Is they really take care of their footwear. Right? Like white people, like I keep pointing out that my shoes are dirty, because like if you didn't know better, like dirty shoes just seem like a celebrated part of the white experience. Right? Like, are you familiar with like Stadium Goods and Flight Club and StockX? Of course you are. But like these are stores set up exclusively so like black dudes could resell their footwear. But like white dudes, we don't do that. Like we don't resell our shoes for money. We like give it to our grandma and she'll make a quilt out of it. Right? Like the farthest they'll go is like a breast cancer awareness walk and then like a patchwork blanket from the 30s. Fun to end on. Yeah, my name is Hunter White. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for sticking around. Have a great night.
Hunter White.
My name is Hunter on the internet. Hunter White. All right, give it up for Sunda.
Hunter. I don't want to be some sort of really young and you. I love you so guys. See you guys.
Guys, it's time to make some money.
Yes.
It's time to make some money. Let's see what happens with thumbs up, and maybe we could put that up here. What do you think? So that it's seen. No, it looks terrible. Does it?
No, I think.
I don't think, no.
Well, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it, because I want you guys to watch too.
Yes.
And please know that if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. And guys, please promote the LA School of Comedy, because every time I try to record something for the LA School of Comedy, it's like a fist fight in the streets of New York. All right, Samantha's like, I had to archive this. Mark was screaming at this woman. She doesn't even know the backstory. I've got a man. I live in the East Village, New York City, in a very prominent apartment building. You say, why is it so prominent? Because 212 is next door. I'm 214, and 212 is where you could get drinks, like $2 drinks and Jello shots. And so the whole place is full of NYU. I'm always cleaning up vomit right on 9th Street in the Village, right? Why am I telling you this? Is that some guy buys a restaurant in my building, and he looks like real white trash. And I'm trying to be nice about everything. He's like, wow, who are you? Are you the management? Are you the management? And the girl's just like, you know, they're all doing this stuff, but that's okay. They took up 5 parking spaces in front of my home. And I said to her, what are you doing? She says, I'm putting a garden. This is Manhattan. So I said, that's nice, because I didn't know what else to say. I rented a car one day and pulled up. I didn't know they had painted the wood black. So I was parking in the space. This guy comes after me, like you can't imagine. He's like, you fucking deranged bitch. And I was just like, whoa. And then he was like doing all this tweaking stuff. Now, earlier that day, my super comes by. He's like, yeah, I don't want to really be here today. I want no problems. I don't want to go to jail. You know, I'm not going back to jail. He's Dominican guy, right? And I'm like, what's going on? And he shows me his back. And I'm like, why is he showing me his sex life? Why are you showing me these ended scratches, ripped? Piece of nail on it, gelatin. I look outside, this raunchy, skinny white girl who's like, I'm taping you. I'm taping you. She's the girlfriend of the crazy man. So I said, this is enough. And I go, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call the cops. He shits his pants right there. I'm like, oh my God. Just like they go, I heard, and I look, and I said, oh my God, I didn't even pull a gun. You know how you do that to scare people when they fuck with you? You just say, pull out a gun, and you don't do anything, you watch them pee, and like, poop. Nobody's ever done that. I mean, I saw it on television, what am I saying? Here's what I'm telling you. I didn't have a weapon on me. I had nothing. I said the police, and he pooped. And I said, you made number 2. And he was so mad, because I didn't want to say shit, but like, first I said shit, I didn't want to say that, because, you know, we're always so concerned of being politically correct. Either way, you did number 2. And his girlfriend's standing there, and I looked at her nails, I was like, this is the bitch that got the super, because she got the rest of the nails. I come in after a show the other night, and I hear, you junkie! Junkie! To me! To me! And I said nothing. I'm petrified. Petrified. And Mark says to me, you can't be afraid of him. I said to myself, you gotta stop bragging, you're 70 before he busts you upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Just cause you got hair and it's black don't mean nothing. It's natural, by the way. And so I don't even know why I shared all that with you, except that if you saw that on the LA School of Comedy, because I'm always in trouble for something. If it wasn't for Samantha, I'd be in jail. Can you imagine? Thank God the police officers did come. I called 911. And he called me for a date. Which was odd, but I need the protection. Because I need really 2 guineas with baseball bats. Because baseball bats are legal to have, right? I'm just teaching you guys some, so you know, especially Sean. So, he's doing the gay pride parade, whatever, however, and he makes a reference that to me is like, because you guys are in a different era. You want to hear they, them, PQR, but like, don't ever use the word dyke in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, there's a lot of dykes out for the LA, for the gay parade. That's where they're supposed to be. It's our block. It's the village. Stonewall. What is wrong with, you're a cop. What if he's gonna pay for dinner? I thought about. So, he says, you know, and this is the crazy part. He's like, I'll be off in like 2 hours, whatever. So I say to Mark, I go, Mark, I think I'm gonna have coffee with this cop because it'll be nice. And he says, you're not having coffee with anyone. No. And he was a cute cop. And all I can tell you guys is that you single people, I feel for you, because he said, maybe when I get, he goes, when I get off, it may be late. When do you sleep? I said, oh, what's sleep? You know, when I put on my makeup. You know that if he told me it was an unusually long day and we're going to do this another time. I mean, does that happen to women these days? That's never happened to me. Nobody breaks a date with me. Married or not. I felt like I was ghosted. I don't even know. I called Samantha. I was like, did somebody just like ghost me? And she said, it can't be if it's not on the phone. So I guess it wasn't ghosted. When you guys have any questions, when you guys have anything you want to think about, when you guys think about doing your podcasting, you guys got to get moving, I'm telling you. And congratulations to Jack Shaw, who got the golden ticket. Tony Hinchcliffe. What's Tony's show again? Kill Tony. Right. I know Miss Tony Hinchcliffe. And so I think that's really great. And congratulations to him. And we have to support him.
He killed it.
And he killed it, right? He killed it. Great.
Very cool.
Let me tell you something. People tell you you're funny. Get off your asses and get it from the page to the stage. Look at Lee Schwartz. He's getting off his ass now. His girlfriend's got him locked up in a closet. Jason Ham, thank you so much for being here as well. As Jackie was leaving us in 2 weeks, and of course, the one and only Samantha Linderman. Please do your thumbs up and make some money. Being funny. Thank you. We're out.